Hey folks, so I'm doing a quick video here to answer some questions that folks private messaged me and asked, so I'm going to answer one. I picked a good one to discuss with all yins out there. So I'm doing good. I'm a little belly up right now because I stuffed my face. I went to Popeye's Chicken for the first time, which was pretty decent. It was good. And then we went to get ice cream. My best friend, Ryan West, flew down to spend Easter with me in the week here. So we've been kind of chilling and just hanging out. It's been kind of nice. So the one question that I picked that I really absolutely liked was, what does chemotherapy feel like? That is an interesting question. Back in the day when I started this 12 years ago, they don't even use those drugs anymore because technology and everything moved on, and those drugs just kill everything. Now they moved on to newer drugs that are more effective. But those types of chemos back then were really rough. They just killed whatever cells. I mean, they weren't really targeted like current chemo drugs are today. It all really depends how what side effects and stuff you get from chemo. Some people, everybody reacts differently to it. But on average, what chemo drugs make you feel like is you feel like you have the worst flu you ever had. So if you can imagine the worst flu that you ever had in your life, the kind that like a day or two into it, you're like, oh God, just kill me or cure me, one or the other. Just make up your mind to do it now. That kind of flu. That's what it feels like 24/7. So it never goes away. When you first start a chemo regimen, it doesn't hit you because you're strong. But as it wears you down, as you get more and more treatments, you'll start to feel it, and eventually, what ends up happening towards the end, like I said, it depends on which type of chemo you get. But I'm gonna assume the hard chemos that I was on in the past is kind of what I'm going by right now, and it's basically as you keep progressing in your treatment plan, you get more and more knocked down, and then you just maintain that. So basically, for the last 12 years of my life, all day, every day, for 12 years straight, I have been stuck in the worst flu you could possibly imagine in your life. Believe it, yeah, that really sucks to say it that way. But honestly, you get used to it, and you learn how to function like that. And it's to the point now where I've been like that for so long that I don't even remember what it's like to be like a healthy person. I don't remember what that feels like. I just know, when I'm not sick, it weirds me out because I'm like, this shit ain't working, something's wrong, So that's pretty much what the older chemotherapies, that's what that was like. It's just a terrible flu. And it affects you, like it won't let you eat because you're so sick. And of course, like if you get the same exact symptoms as if you had like an intestinal flu as well. So you're gonna spend a lot of time in the restroom, and depending on what type of chemotherapy you do receive, and the dosage and the intervals of that dosage, you're going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom with it, with stuff coming out of both ends of you, and that's a reality. I mean, it's just it just wrecks you. A lot of times, like this last past chemo regimen that I took, the 5 chemo drugs at one time, what that did to me was, okay, so say I would get the chemo on Monday. Basically, Monday evening, Tuesday, and part of Wednesday, I would just be absolutely comatose. Like, my body would know, like, your body knows something is wrong, but it doesn't know why, so it doesn't know how to react. Because it's not like getting, like, an actual flu bug, where your body and your immune system's like, okay, we need to get it out, and I know how to do it this way. These drugs are so foreign to it, it's just like, you got hit by a bus and your body's looking for where the bus went. And it has no idea what to do. So you just kind of freeze. You just exist. Like, you feel very hollow on the inside and chemically dirty. That's about as accurate as I could describe that. By Wednesday, you'll start to notice your body moving in a direction. Thursday, you got a pretty good grip of how bad you're gonna feel. And then it absolutely hits you on Friday. And it hits you because it's a delayed punch. And I mean, it puts you down. You spend 99.9% of your day for probably about 3 days just laying in bed. You don't have any energy to think or make decisions because your body is prioritizing every calorie that you can get to heal damage, and you just focus on hydrating, try not to throw anything up, keeping things where they belong, and you spend a lot of time in the bathroom, unfortunately. So, staying hydrated is a very important part because that's going to land you in the hospital really quick. So that's what this last chemo regimen was like. By week, honestly, when I started the chemo regimen, by the second week I was climbing back out of it. And then as the regimen progressed, I just never climbed out because it would take you so long to recover. By the time that you started to recover, it was time to get hit with chemo again. And then just started all over. Some of the newer chemos that they get today are like smart bombs, like they're highly targeted. So you don't have the damage, the collateral damage. That helps out a lot. They'll make you a little nauseous, but they have pills for that, like Zofran and things of that nature, that'll help you overcome that period really quick and allow you to still eat. You don't really spend that much time in the bathroom, so that's kind of nice. So some of the newer chemos are really easy. Compared to what it used to be when I first started. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so just imagine the worst flu of your life. And then when that flu finally subsides, then the body aches start, because what ends up happening is your bones in your bone marrow starts producing blood, and you'll feel every bone in your body because they'll ache way deep down in, and it actually can hurt so bad that it makes you nauseous yet again, because it's such a dull, deep pain, and it's just never, there's no position, there's nowhere you can run from it to get any sort of relief. You just have to ride it out. But that's a good thing, because that's your body saying, oh shit, I need to start producing, blood, and blood products and blood cells and stuff like that. Then pretty much the next day or 2 days after you get the bone aches is when you're just gonna, it's like somebody hit a light switch. Your appetite's gonna shoot through the roof because you're gonna need nutrition, and you're just gonna start housing food. You're gonna have crazy, incredible cravings and also mood swings because chemotherapy plays hell on your hormones. So you can go from really happy to really sad, from extremely hungry to, oh God, I can't even smell it. You know, I mean, it's just one extreme to the next. So that's kind of what happens. So it's not pleasant, but believe it or not, it is predictable. And like I said, you know, that experience differs from person to person because we're all different. So we'll all react different to that. But it's been in my experience, you know, as many times as, you know, as many chemos as I've been on in the past 12 years that, you know, some of the symptoms are pretty solid for everyone. And those are the ones that I talked about. You can get a lot of off-the-wall stuff. I mean, those are just the common ones. You can get a lot more than that. So just be prepared, be flexible. And, you know, like I always say, where your brain goes, your ass follows. So keep your head in a positive place, and you will climb out of it. The chemos that I'm actually going to be going on for this trial, they shouldn't hurt that bad. They're just there to kill my blood, kill my immune system. So, I mean, it'll be rough, but it shouldn't be anything like the regimen that I was on. It's only 2 chemo drugs instead of 5, so I think I could do it. And it's only for 3 days, you know. So, I'm fairly certain I'm strong enough to handle that. So yeah, that's what being on chemotherapy is like. You know, you'll lose your hair, obviously. You lose your hair. You lose it everywhere, so like hair on your arms, your legs, everywhere. It's all gone. Your eyebrows, your eyelashes, things of that nature. For some reason, my hair on my face didn't fall out this time, which was weird. And just, you know, mentally, especially ladies out there, you know, that are going to do chemo, mentally prepare yourself to lose your hair. Believe it or not, it does affect you because it makes it real all of a sudden. You know, you start looking like a cancer patient, and that kind of affects you mentally. Some people, it doesn't affect you that much. Some people, it affects a lot. So just prepare yourself. It's not really a big deal. Just get through it. So that's pretty much what chemotherapy is like in a nutshell. And it was a good question. I like that question. So that's why I figured I'd talk to you all about it. Still doing this. I'm still doing the same thing. Still mentally preparing for this drug trial. Hey, I love you too, Chucky. I hope you're doing well, brother. But you know, just trying to make sure that I don't get caught up on the what-if game. Trying to, you know, mentally harden myself for what's about to happen. Be prepared. I'm trying to get my body back in and make some gains, like get it back into some sort of shape, which I did gain some weight, so I'm really excited about that. And I did gain some strength and some stamina back, so I'm super excited about that. However, it's all going to go to shit here in a couple weeks. So, but I need every pound I can get because it all helps. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. I eat nonstop all day long. And I mean, I eat a lot. I actually get tired of eating. Every hour, basically, I'm eating a small meal every hour that I'm awake. So it's kind of like one of those world's strongest men diet things. It's just massive amounts of calories, fats, vitamins, minerals, just as much as I can get in each meal that I have. So it seems to be working. So I'm gonna stay on that pace and expect really good results. What's gonna suck is if I get amazing results from this trial, I'm gonna have to turn that eating switch off, or else I'm just gonna be a big fat blob real quick. So that's gonna suck. Yeah, I thought about Chuck Keller said about MREs. I thought about that because that's what, like over 2,000 calories a pop. But I think I have a solid nightmare when it comes to bathroom issues, so the MREs probably wouldn't work that well. Because they tend to plug you up like really fast. So but I did think about that. But I'm pretty much taking in like a guesstimate. I thought about this the other day. I'm pretty much taking in about anywhere from 16 to 18,000 calories a day. Yeah. Sometimes more than that. Depends on what's available. But yeah, it's working. Not necessarily getting any stronger, like, muscles wise, but they kind of are getting with the program, which improved my stamina, so I can walk pretty good. I can go a pretty good distance, like I can go through the grocery store and back and not feel like I'm gonna freaking die. So that's reassuring. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of chatter today between me and M&D Anderson on a program that we use called MyChart to go back and forth. So things are, we're getting close to things starting to pick up, and there's a lot of coordination that's starting now, and it'll continue to ramp up until it's showtime, which is soon. So that's all I got, folks. I just wanted to answer a question. Keep the questions coming. I enjoy it. And as you see, I do respond to them. I don't use names or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. You can send them to me any way you want. You can private message me or message me under the video. It doesn't matter, but I typically do answer back. So, okay, I am going to get back to my day. I recommend that you guys do the same. Make sure you guys are having fun. Talk to y'all later. Bye.